Okay, so I think I'm live in my group also. So welcome. Sorry for taking so long to pop on here. Kids, the whole dinner and feeding them and putting them to bed thing. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm here now and you're here now, and thanks for joining. I am just going to be talking about ways to make your first sales in your business with no experience and no testimonials. So I know how hard it is when you are just starting out in business and you don't have any testimonials that you can use to show other prospects, how people have been satisfied with your work. So it's kind of a vicious, cycle where nobody wants to hire you because they don't have testimonials from you, and you don't have any testimonials or any sort of proof of your work or anything like that. But you can't get hired without them, and you can't get testimonials without them. So it's kind of a vicious circle. But I do have some tips to share with you. How you can still make your first, get your first testimonials anyway. So I am right now live on TikTok and live in my Facebook group called Driven Women Entrepreneurs. I'm going to be sharing a few tips today. I don't know how long I'll be on. But if you don't catch all of it, you can definitely join my Facebook group and catch the rest of it, and also ask questions in there as well. If you need some help with your business or marketing, I'm happy to help. So the link for my free Facebook group is in my bio, so definitely you can access the group there, and also feel free to follow me because I'm going to be popping on live and sharing just different tips and strategies for your business here and there. Okay, so the first tip, I know that it's probably been talked about before, so I'm not going to dwell on it too long, but definitely you can give a free trial for a short or a small service. Okay, so I wouldn't do a free trial for like a whole website or something like that, but definitely if you want to have like a 30-minute call with a prospect, or basically offer some type of service where you can just solve one single problem for them, or one small problem that they've been having, then you can do that for free, and in order to get the testimonial. So you can follow up with them afterwards in writing so that you can get the testimonial, a screenshot of their testimonial in writing. So whether that's through Messenger or via email or whatever it is, definitely you want to get something in writing as opposed to just having them say, oh, thank you so much for your help on the call, because it's better to get testimonials in writing so that you can use them on your in your marketing, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later on. Okay, so that's the first one, and that's kind of the most common one that people talk about, so that's why I'm not spending too much time on that one. So another option is to offer a low-cost trial period. So this one, some people are not fans of offering trial periods for services, but I think because a lot of people are not fans of offering trial periods for their services, that automatically will help you to get prospects or get clients for a short trial period, just because not many people even offer that to begin with. So you can offer, let's say if you're offering social media management, instead of insisting on a monthly service or offering a whole month for free or something like that, you can offer to do like a 1 week trial period for a lower cost, and then with the understanding that you'll be upselling them into your full month service. Okay, so once they're satisfied, they get a look at your work and they see what you are capable of, then it's much easier, obviously, to upsell people into your full service. So if you're confident in your skills, then that's definitely a great option for you, because you'll be able to then, use that trial period as proof of your work, and basically close your client for a longer term. So that's another option, another way to get testimonials and also your first paying client. So another strategy for you to consider is to offer your first few services on maybe commission, like a commission basis. So this one depends on what it is that you are offering in your business. But definitely, if it's something like helping with people with their marketing, or if you're trying to help them make some sales in some way, then offering your service on commission is a good idea. It's a good option. Again, with always, you always want to have the thought in your mind to be able to upsell them into like a longer term package or your larger package. These are just literally to get your foot in the door and to be able to get testimonials from these clients, okay, from these prospects. So offer a service on commission, or even you can even charge like a small, sorry, I keep getting these error messages. I hope everybody can hear me. Anyway, you can even offer a small admin fee, or call it whatever type of fee that you want. If you don't want to work only on commission, then you can definitely do that as well. And that would depend on how much your service normally goes for. So just make sure that it makes sense from a cost standpoint. But you can charge them like just some sort of small fee to secure that, and then at least you're making something as well. And then you can ask them follow up again in writing for a testimonial after that trial, and then upsell them again as well into your actual service. Another way that you can get testimonials is by offering a guarantee. So this is a great way to get clients initially, especially initially, because first of all, not a lot of small businesses offer guarantees to begin with. So that will be very attractive for prospects. And it's kind of taking away the risk from the client, right? So you're taking all the risk on basically, and promising them that you'll either deliver in what it is that you're offering, or you will refund them their money. So a lot of business owners have a problem with offering a guarantee. They don't like to offer a guarantee. They think people are going to try and scam them, and they just don't want to take the chance on offering a guarantee, and they don't like it. But in most countries, there are consumer protection laws in place, and I've talked about this before. So with the consumer protection laws in place, you're basically having to guarantee your work anyway in order to continue doing business as a reputable business owner. Excuse me. So what I mean by that is that if you are conducting business and you're a reputable business owner, and someone, has a complaint or doesn't want to, or wants their money back and is not happy with your service or your product or whatever, then you will probably want to make it right and at least refund them partially, right? So if not fully. So you might as well take advantage of that and offer a guarantee in order to entice more people to sign on for your product or service. Because really, the reality is, if they're not happy, they're going to either ask you for their money back anyway, or B, if you refuse to give them their money back, they're gonna complain to their credit card and make a charge back anyway. So either way, you're gonna have to resolve it with them, right? Which might involve refunding them. So if that's the case, you might as well offer a guarantee to entice them to do business with you in the first place. And again, that puts you at a bit of an advantage as well, because a lot of small businesses just refuse to offer guarantees. They just are just queasy about them, and they just don't like offering them to begin with. So that will help to put you ahead as well. And then once you have delivered the service, then of course you would get the testimonial from the client as well. And Yeah, and the reality is that most people will not actually ask for a refund on a product or service. The statistics in marketing show that it's a very, very low percentage of people who are going to try and commit fraud and, take your service or your product and not, and then make a chargeback or not want to pay you. Okay. And as a business owner, you also do have protections as well against people using your product without your permission. So if you have created a website or even just a landing page or something like that, or graphics for a client, and then they issue a chargeback, but they're still using your graphics on their Instagram or whatever, their social media, on their website, whatever it is, there are different ways that you can take action to prohibit them from using your content, basically, and your work product without your permission and without compensation. So I will get into that a little bit later in more detail, what you can do in that case. But I don't want to focus on that too much. Because that's not exactly the purpose of this live. However, I'm going to talk about that a bit more at the end. So I'm just going to make a note for myself here. And yeah, so what I'm going to share is basically the rest of, I have some more tips to share with you. I just wanted to pop off of TikTok right now. So if you are watching on TikTok and you want to catch the rest of my tips and strategies, then just go to my profile and click on the link in my bio, and my free Facebook group link will be right there. You can just join the Facebook link and or click the Facebook link and join me in my free Facebook group to catch the rest of the tips and ask me any questions that you might have. And I will come on another time, and hopefully I will see you in the group. All right, take care. Okay, so that's it for TikTok. I don't know why it makes me nervous to go live on TikTok, but anyways, probably because it's just streaming to like everybody and anybody, and yeah, I don't know who's gonna pop on and like be a rude troll or something. So, anyways, now I'm with my peeps, so it's all good. Hi, Miss J, how are you? Awesome. Thanks for joining. Okay, so yeah, offer a guarantee. So what you want to do once you have gotten your testimonials from your first clients or prospects or whatever, you want to, like I mentioned earlier, you definitely want to make sure that you are getting them in writing. You can definitely put testimonials just that like were given to you verbally in your marketing materials and such, but you want to preferably get it in writing. It's kind of just an extra level of proof, if you will. And it's just better that way if you can at all, if it's at all possible to get them in writing that way. The best way to do it, often I just do them through Facebook Messenger. Everybody's on Facebook anyway, and it takes 2 seconds for somebody to just respond to you to answer your question. So if you ask them, about our call yesterday, it was great talking to you. I hope that I helped you to achieve, X or whatever. Can you give me any feedback? Did you find it helpful? It'll take them 2 seconds to respond to you. They're highly likely to respond to you like that just on Messenger in like a casual way. And then you can just take the screenshot, black out maybe their last name just for privacy, for more privacy for them, and then use those screenshots in your marketing. So you can use those testimonials in your on your website, on your sales pages, on your Instagram, all your social media, like all over the place, basically. Testimonials are, and social proof is like huge as far as putting prospects at ease and making your business look more legit and and like you're getting clients. So definitely try and get those in writing as much as possible. And you should follow up with people. Sometimes people might not respond to you right away either. People are busy. It doesn't mean that they're annoyed or they just don't want to answer you or they weren't happy with your service or your product or whatever. Uh, so just try again in a couple of days, and then maybe a week after. But definitely it's worth the